Okay, so you guys might be wondering what kind of acoustic guitar I use. This is an acoustic guitar. It was given to me, I think, for like Christ Mass, Satan Claus, back when I was like 12 years old or something. Maybe I was 13. Um, yeah, it was a really long time ago. Um, But anyways, the string got broken and I never played it. Like when I got it, I maybe tried to play a couple chords and I never got into it because I was just so busy. And I had a bunch of extracurricular activities that I was involved in. Oh, excuse me, I sound like an idiot. I'm not re-recording this. I'll just keep it in because I'm too lazy to re-record or edit this. I was involved in a lot of extracurricular activities and I was like going back and forth. And then I was playing actually different instruments in band, so when I was done with everything else I needed to, I was like trying to play saxophone. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have, because saxophone is like a dork instrument, apparently. I was forced to play the saxophone by my mother because she thought Kenny G was cool. Anyways, I still have one. I used to be like the best at saxophone, but I just haven't played that in like 20 years. So then I was just busy and I was doing other things. And because of that, I just didn't have time to get into the guitar. And then when I did have time to play it, the strings were broken, I had no transportation, and no one would fix it. They were intentionally broken to keep me from having a life skill. If you didn't know, I was with an ARC for a long time. Anyways, now I tried to play it. I've had no formal training. If you... Actually, you guys surely can tell that I haven't had any formal training. I was thinking about quitting because I'm not any good. I'm not on here looking for people... I'm not on here looking for people to praise me for my musical ability. If there are other divorced people that had a broken guitar and now they're alone and they're like, hey, I'm going to pick this up and maybe I'll have fun playing with it, okay? This is what this video is for. So maybe you can relate to me and maybe I'd like to have a skill. I've got a baritone saxophone out in my garage. I never played the baritone, but for some reason I purchased a used second-hand saxophone and that one was cheap, so I have a baritone. I played the tenor. Geez, guys, that thing is huge. Now, it plays about the same as the tenor, really, but the thing is, when you haven't played these in 20 years, you get a little rusty. And you also have to build up the strength in your lips to play the thing properly. Ha, let's make fun of me. All the narcs watching this. Oh, you have to strengthen your lip muscles. So yeah, you do. You do this for all the woodwind instruments, honestly. And I don't know. Maybe I should pull out that saxophone and join a jazz band or something. And I'd be the only person with a baritone sax, which is funny because that thing's almost as big as I am. Joke of my life. You see, I have a giant dog. I also have a giant saxophone. I think this is a joke because I was always the smallest person. Anyways, you want to know what acoustic guitar I use? I received this as a gift. So, my mother, being a narcissist, was always concerned about being fashionable and looking good to the world. But she didn't know how to actually love. She doesn't understand how to do that. But she thought Kenny G was cool, and also she thought guitars were cool. So she was married to another man. She was married to a man for a while, and I didn't really like him. But, I didn't dislike him. I just thought, he would try to put boogers on me. This guy, anyways. But this guy was in bands, and he would play, electric guitar, and he had guitars. And so, when he was married to my mom, they got me an acoustic guitar for either my birthday or Christmas or something. And this guitar is the one that I'm playing now in my videos. And actually, it has a lot of buzzing, which I didn't know what that was. But it could be because it's had the same strings on it for 30 years. And it was never, I guess, full tension or something. It might have possibly warped the bridge or something. I'm not sure. But the price of this guitar is low to the point where it's not really worth, fixing this. It's not really worth... bending or bowing the bridge in order to get a better sound. Because, it's not a junk guitar, but it's not an expensive guitar, and it's not a great guitar. It's an okay guitar. It's, pretty good. But it's also, rather inexpensive. So, it was a really good gift at the time, and I'm glad I have it. So, if I'm practicing, and if I do get good enough, maybe one day I'll get something a little better. But I think this is perfectly fine for most people, and probably the buzzing and sound could be because the strings have been on it for like 30 years, and apparently if it goes into storage a long time, like, you're not supposed to do that, or it could possibly bend a bridge and that can cause buzzing. I don't know, I saw this in some video on YouTube, so I could also be wrong, but this is like what some experts said. So the guitar I'm using is a Fender acoustic. Apparently people hate Fender acoustics, but this isn't like a new one. This is like a vintage Fender, so it's probably better because it's vintage. And it was made in Korea. So Korea is better than China. Let's see here. So I'm going to show you guys my screen now. Okay, so here is, shoot. Okay. Okay, now you can see this. I screenshotted this here. I screenshotted this. This is not my listing, but this is the same guitar that I have. It's a vintage Fender GC 23S. It's called Grand Concert Acoustic Guitar, and the color is natural. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, come on, man. Where's my picture? Oh, guys, you're seeing my YouTube content here. Okay, here it is. So, Fender has like a UPC code or serial number lookup, but it doesn't work for pre-90s guitars or like mid-90s guitars. They don't have all of the serial numbers on there. So I had to find this on like a different website. So my guitar was made in Korea, and the production years for this line, no, stop, they're always making noise, was between 1988 and 1996. I did receive this before 1996, and it was second hand. It was already used, and I've never had the strings replaced except for the top string, which was broken. So I paid $5 to have the top string replaced on this guitar. And it was probably made about 1990, honestly. And I was told by my mom's husband, who did play guitar, that it was a good guitar. Like, it wasn't like an entry level. It's kind of like a better entry level guitar. So here's one that's listed right now on eBay. And I checked the pricing, and they appear to cost between $200 and $250. I have not done like price searching. I was just glad to see this image here. Stop! No. I'm sorry, my dog keeps scratching when I'm trying to make this video. So just doing a quick Google search, they were priced at $200 to $250. So they're not extremely expensive, and you might be able to pop onto Facebook Marketplace. No! You want to go outside? Stop scratching. I have a necklace on my dog, so whenever he scratches, it makes much noise. Okay, so, anyways, you could buy one of these for $200. Like, I saw one on Reverb for $200. Some have sold for like $100. I don't know. I mean, how much shipping is. But it seems like the going rate is between $200 and $250. And they're pretty decent, but they're still, I guess they're better entry level when I did a search on these. This Fender's is not known for having good acoustics, and normally people advise you against getting this brand. Here, I sprayed my dog. Better not scratch. I'm trying to make a video. But anyways, I did hear, like, I heard a video, so you can look this up. I heard a video of like someone that knows how to play guitar, playing the guitar, and actually sounded a lot like mine when I make my videos. They didn't have like a good microphone either, so of course I'm not saying the skill of them, I'm saying the sound of the guitar. It's not the worst. Like the cheapest guitars that are $200 new, they don't sound that good. They don't sound as good as this. But this is probably much worse than your like $2,000 guitar. So if you look at the price, and also this one here is newer. So a lot of the ones that I did see, so I saw maybe 2 or 3, and they were like 90s. So the one I have is probably in 80s or 90s, and it might have the original strings. So I'm using the original strings. How cool is that? But as I said, like, I'm not very good, and so I wasn't like on here fishing for compliments, but like, you know, maybe if someone can inspire me to try, maybe I won't quit. I don't know. I don't know. But then, like, I had just cut my fingernails too short. I just cut my fingernails too short, and so I couldn't strum it the way I normally did, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to read the notes, and like, it doesn't sound that good, but you know, my strings really do need replaced, but I don't know if that would fix all of the sound issues. Now, this guitar here has a smaller body, which is good for smaller people like me. I don't know if there's anything unusual about the bridge. It looks like it's good quality. But, you know, this might be like a $350 guitar. Get off my bed. Go on. Get. He's scratching on my bed now. So, maybe I'll post another review. Well, I can't do a review on guitars because I haven't tried any other guitars. Now, I was thinking, like, I'm not great at guitar, but probably somebody that was good, if they tried to use my instrument, would be like, oh my god, how do you play this thing? Because it has old, like, corroded strings, and it could possibly have a bent bridge, because it does buzz a lot. But it actually also sounds, like, pretty decent in some ways. Like, it has good projection. In some ways, the notes sound good. And I did read, somebody had posted that when they put good quality strings on their grand concert acoustic guitar, it actually sounded great. So that could make a world of difference. I mean, it probably does not have the best quality strings, and they're like way overdue. I'm talking about 30-year-old strings, if not older than that. So, but anyways, this is what I play, and this is a lot better than the cheapest new guitars. And so for the same price, you could buy one that sounds considerably better. I just saw a video. It was comparing like $200, $2,000, $20,000, and $200,000 guitars. And apparently, like, the $20,000 guitar is magical. And the $200 one sucked. And so this one is a lot better than the new $200 guitar. So for that same price, I would suggest this. I'd say this is a really good entry-level guitar. And it has, like, a bridge that's made out of some type of wood it's cheap, but it's actually really durable, and it's good quality. Like, it's sturdy. So, yeah, this was made in Korea, not in China, probably 80s or 90s. It still looks good after all these years. And it's been in high humidity and all that, so I don't know if it's warped, but it is lacquered, so. Okay, thanks for watching.